Hey guys, hey, I wanted to I want to run something by you guys. It was kind of interesting, and this is something that happens to me a lot. I mean, just unbelievable. And I think I know why, kind of. But let me kind of give you the scenario. So yesterday I was sitting at my neighbor's house. He lives right next door to me, and he's a real cool guy, man, real chill gay guy, but I have nothing against that. You know what I mean? Do what you want to do, but he's just real chill, man. But he's like a dude gay guy. You know what I mean? Like, and he likes sports. He's like a dude. I can hang out with him and stuff. And he knows I don't roll that team. I mean, he's cool with it. You know what I mean? So anyway, I'm sitting at this. He invited me over, and I'm sitting there with his sister and this lady who used to live in the house that I bought. Right? She ended up moving to Florida. She came to visit, and we're just kind of hanging out at a table. And we started talking about dating. Well, the woman that lives in Florida, she's dating a little bit. She said it's been challenging and this and that. And the funny thing is nobody gave her a hard time. It was funny. But then they come to me, and then I said, well, I'm dating this older woman. She's about 53 years old, and she nice woman, but I just wasn't feeling it. Well, how many times did you go out? Oh, 2 times, and so what'd you guys do? And I said, well, we just went, just kind of had dinner and just kind of hung out and that sort of thing. And they said, well, maybe you didn't give her enough of a chance. Maybe you should give her a little bit more chance and this and that. Because I was just kind of like, I'm not against it, but I'm just indifferent, And the funny thing is that, I always get that shit. Like, first of all, women stick up for other women, which I get. I mean, I know that's going to happen to some extent, right? But they kind of ganged up on me a little bit, because they were like, well, do you think you gave her enough of a chance? Well, she might be really good for you. You know what I mean? She might, this and that. And it's like everybody wants you to live their life. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I don't know, and that's the one thing that I'm finding out about myself, right? Is that I have a completely different mindset. Like I'm on Pluto, and these people are on Earth over here. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. That's kind of the way I feel, right? I mean, I feel like I'm a complete outlier because everybody I talk to, they're just like, they want you to be part of their misery or something. You know what I mean? Like, well, and then they preach to you a little bit, right? There's a little bit of, I'm not that young, but compared to them, I'm young, right? So, I'm like 20 years under them, right? And that's okay. I don't really care, but I'm not a kid. I've probably dated more than they have. You know what I mean? Like, because the majority of the people in the world, right? They just settle right away. They don't know their self-worth. They don't know. They don't have any game. So the first person that comes along, they say fuck it, and they get married, and next thing you know, 20 years down the line, they're getting divorced. And now what the fuck do you do, right? Well, that's the thing, right? I'm not one of those people. I'm going to do everything up front. I'm going to do all the mitigating and try to mitigate, a relationship, a potential pitfalls in a relationship up front. I'm not going to just say fuck it. You know what I mean? Because, I mean, look at me. I'm 49 years old and I look like I'm in my late 30s maybe. You know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe I could pass for 35. And I'm just telling you what people have told me. You know what I mean? I don't know. But, I know I'm not the normal 40 9-year-old, right? So, but everybody just like has this mentality, man. It drives me crazy. Everybody has this mentality of like, well, you got to get with somebody, you got to get married, you got to have kids. And, when I told people, well, when I mentioned, because I joke around about it, right? I said, my dog got fixed. Now I'm getting fixed, because I'm getting a vasectomy, next week, and everybody's like, well, why are you getting a vasectomy? You can still have kids. I'm like, no, think about it. Think about it. Do the math. Do the math. Do the math. Okay, if I found somebody today, I'd have to wait 2 years, right, to date them and potentially vet them, right? Then, you I don't know, you settle down, you get into an LTR, maybe you get married, maybe, be engaged for like a year. So that's 3 years, right? So 3 years, I'm 52. Then, if you get married, you want to wait a couple years to have kids. I'm 54 years old, right? Then you have a child. By the time they graduate, I'm in my 70s. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Does that make one lick of sense? It doesn't make sense. I'm not going to retire. Ever. No, man. I have a good nest egg. I can retire, you know what I mean? But no, it just doesn't make sense. What am I going to be 65 years old running around, with a 11-year-old? You know what I'm saying? Like, no, dude, that does not make sense. I'm sorry, man. So it's stuff like that just doesn't. I don't understand how people don't think about this shit, right? Like yesterday, also too, man. I talked to a friend of mine. He used to work for me, right? And we became friends after that. Well, I told him. So this kid, he's a kid. He's 30 years old. He just turned 30 years old yesterday. Okay, good kid, man. Really fucking intelligent, man. And I told him when he broke up with his girlfriend, that his living girlfriend, that he was, when he broke up with her, she moved out. He had a bachelor pad, really nice pad, had everything going for him, was making pretty decent money, had a lot of stuff. I said, okay, dude. I said, because I know where his mind's at, right? Because he told me, he's like, oh, I'm going to go out and have fun. I'm going to go out and enjoy. I'm dancing. I'm going to go out and have fun with these girls. I said, all right. But do one thing for me, man. Put a sock on the pickle. Don't fuck around. Don't get anybody pregnant or anything that you don't want, to deal with. Be real smart about it. He didn't listen to me. He didn't. And that's okay. You do what you want to do, right? And that's what I tell all of you guys, right? Do what you want to do. I'm just telling you, from experience, from a lot of experience. You know what I mean? I've dated probably easily over maybe 20, 25 women. You know what I mean? So like, I know pretty much what I want, and my ex-fiance really showed me. When I thought it was good, it just got better, so now I'm looking for even equivalent or better than, right? Obviously she was an alcoholic, so I don't want an alcoholic, but equivalent as far as the way we got along, or better. It's got to be, if it's not compelling, I'm just not going to do it. And that's what I told my neighbors yesterday. I said, look, my man, my buddy stuck up for me. He was just like, no, just let him do his thing. He told you he's just not into it. And it has nothing really to do with her necessarily. She was cool, and she has a really cool vibe about her. You know what I mean? Like, she's real. She's a little bit too hyper for me. I'm more laid back, And she's always like doing stuff, you know what I mean? It's like the Tasmanian devil, you know what I mean? And that's, I don't know, it's kind of annoying to me a little bit, because I just kick back, man. You know what I mean? I like, and she, when we go out on dates, man, she's going a mile a minute, man. I ask one question, it's like a 20-minute follow-up, you know what I mean? That kind of thing. So, you know, I just let her talk. You know, it's all right. No big deal. And every once in a while, she'll throw in a question for me or whatever. It is what it is. But it wasn't compelling to me. You know what I mean? It wasn't like my ex. Like when I went out with my ex, I was just like, holy shit, this woman is fucking amazing so far. You know what I mean? And then every date just got better and better. There's Einstein. Every date just got better and better. You know what I mean? And it was just like really good conversation. She would ask me about me. She was really interested in me. I was interested in her. It was just, you know, because this woman, and I'm sorry if you're watching this, but, you know, it's almost like Charlie Brown's mom. Wah, 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 wah. You know what I mean? Half the shit, I don't even remember what she says. But my ex-fiance, dude, I can remember shit on our first date. You know what I mean? Because she was interesting. It was compelling. It held my attention. You know what I mean? So that's kind of what you have to look for, you know, and what boggles my mind is that people just say, fuck it. You know what I mean? They're just looking for somebody so bad that they just do not pay attention. You know, it was just crazy. You know, they don't pay attention to, they don't put effort in at the front instead of, you know, they just dive right in and then they're like, oh shit, I probably shouldn't have done that. You know, and I'll admit, there was a couple times when I did it, like that kid that I was telling you about, he just turned 30, right? I told him, I said, dude, put a sock on the pickle, man. Go out and have fun with all the women that you want, but just put a sock on the pickle. Don't get somebody pregnant, right? You think he listened to me? No, he had a baby. And a baby's always a blessing, man, no matter what. But yesterday I talked to him and he's like, oh, man, you know, like I was born yesterday, right? He tells me, he goes, do you know how expensive childcare is? Oh my God, thank God I have friends that'll take care of them for free, you know? And I said, fuck yeah, dude. I'm 49 years old. I have a lot of friends that have had kids and talked about daycare costs and how much it is to feed a child and how much Similac was back in the day and diapers and all that shit, right? I went to Dillard's one time, right? And I was just walking around, just kind of waiting. I was with somebody and I was waiting for them to check out or whatever. And I ran by some like a stroller and like car seat. They had it all like in one area, right? And I was like, holy shit, that stuff's expensive. Like the car seat was like $700. I was like, Jesus, dude, what is this, the Tesla of car seats or what? What the fuck is going on, dude? What do you call it? See, I don't even know what the fuck these things are called, right? The thing you put in the fucking car, right? The car seat. Dude, that shit was like $500. I was like, oh my God, bro. And then a baby diaper bag or something was like $300. I mean, this is probably high-end shit. You can probably get a lot cheaper. But the point that I'm saying is that it's expensive to have kids. You know, my buddy's an accountant, and he broke it down. He said, you know what, it's $275,000, right, to have a child till they're 18. Dude, that's money that you can have in the goddamn stock market sitting there for retirement. I'm not saying don't have kids. Have kids. But know what you're getting yourself into, man. You know? You guys, I'm sure, you guys going out and buying cars. You guys have researched it, done all your work. You know exactly what kind of brakes, what kind of engine, what kind of seats, what kind of stereo system, whatever, right? You know exactly what that car has, right? So you know what you're getting yourself into, right? You go buy an iPhone, you know exactly what kind of camera that shit has, what kind of chip that has, everything, right? You know everything about the goddamn phone before it even comes out nowadays, right? But you can't research how much it is to have a kid or what it is to have an education. You know what I mean? Like what's on the back end of a health and human services degree? What's on the back end of that? Nothing. You'd be lucky if you got a job, right? An MBA. I got an MBA. Guess what I'm doing with it? Zero. I kind of use it, but not really. I'm an engineer. I used my engineering degree. I could have gotten an engineering degree and saved myself a lot of money and heartache. I'm telling you right now, man, don't do it. I ran into this kid and he was telling me he's getting an MIS degree, management information systems, like networking and shit like that. And then he was going to go get his MBA after he graduated. I said, dude, don't get your MBA. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. I know companies that won't even hire you because you have an MBA, man. You know what I mean? An MBA isn't worth the paper it's written on anymore. It really isn't. Business, dude, all you have to know is spend less than you make, just as in your personal life, and you're going to be just fucking fine, man. I mean, there's things that you got to learn along the way, but it's nothing that experience doesn't teach you. You know what I mean? They really don't teach you shit in business school. So, you guys will study the fuck out of shit, like what Xbox system to get or what PS5 or what games to get. You know everything about the game. You look it up on YouTube. You do all this shit. But nobody's looking into finances, how much it costs to have a kid, how much it costs to have a home with a kid, with a wife. Nobody's looking at that. Nobody's vetting women. You know what I mean? My neighbor laughed at me because I said, well, I have to spend 2 years vetting the woman. She said, why are you vetting? You just date. You should just date. No, dude. Nowadays you vet. You know what I mean? Because everybody's fucked up. I've met so many women that have cargo planes full of fucking baggage, right? I'm not going to lie. I have baggage, right? But mine is more like maybe like a Learjet. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm working on it, right? I mean, I'm trying to get better every single day. I'm trying to get over my shit. And I'm not going out there dating and just throwing myself out there because it's something to do and because it's the narrative in this world, right? No, that's bullshit. That's going this direction. Remember I told you guys the blue pill direction, the beta male direction? Fuck that. I don't want to go that route. I want to go this route, I want to fix myself. I want to retire. I want to have a great life, And at this point in my life, yeah, kids would be a great addition to my life, always. No matter what. I would love to be able to take my son or my daughter out to the golf course and teach them what my dad taught me, right? But so what? I taught my dog how to handshake the other day. I'm good. You know what I mean? And I've been able to love my dog, He's loved. He's satisfied. I take really good care of him. And dogs are expensive. Don't get me wrong. I have insurance. I pay for insurance. I took him to the vet the other day. Man, it was $500 a pop. But you know what? It is well worth it. But I knew before I bought the dog what I was getting into. Because guess what? I researched it. I'm telling you, man, you got to research everything. Make sure you know what the fuck is going on. And I'm telling you, this woman that I dated a couple times, I'm just not feeling it. I'm just not 100%. And part of it is, maybe the date. I don't know. You know what I mean? But a lot of it was because I'm not in the right mindset. I'm not even in the mindset to go out there and flirt with women. You know what I mean? I just kind of want to just stay in my own headspace and just keep to myself. I'll be nice and I'll talk to people, but as far as flirting and doing that sort of thing, I'm not in that mindset right now, and that's okay. It's okay to be like that. I wouldn't consider myself 100% MGTOW because I'm open to something, right? And I'm not angry, I'm not angry with women or anything like that. And the perception from a lot of the red pill community is that, you're pissed off at women, and I'm not anywhere near pissed off. That is not me. I'm not frustrated or anything like that. I still don't understand why my ex picked drinking over me, when she said she loved me. But the thing is there, man, you got to pay attention to her actions, not what she says. So her actions were extremely different than what she said. She would always tell me she loved me, that I was the only thing in her life, and blah, blah, blah. But her actions told me something completely different. So you got to be aware of that, guys. You got to really be aware and do your own thing. Don't let anybody tell you, about maybe, I don't know, maybe a year ago that would have bothered me. Now, doesn't bother me one bit. Doesn't bother me for shit. I don't get bothered by that stuff. Because everybody wants you to join in. They want you to live according to their narrative. No, this is your life. You're the CEO of your life. So live your life. Okay? And don't let anybody sway you in another direction, man. Don't listen to what's going on. Listen to your intuition. Listen to what's inside you. Listen to what God is telling you. If you're religious, maybe you're not religious, but that's me, right? What God is telling me. And that'll lead you in the right direction. That's how you got here, right? That's how you got here. And maybe some of the decisions that you made, all the decisions that have turned out to be fucked up for me, I didn't listen to my intuition. But all the decisions that have been right for me come from my intuition, right? And come from the man upstairs, man. That's what I believe. All right, guys. Hey, I really enjoyed this one. I really want to give you guys that confidence to listen to that inner voice and have peace with it because it's the right decision. All right? All right, guys. Enjoy your day. Hopefully this gave you the start of your week on a positive note. And stay up. All right? Hit the subscribe and like button too, man. And I would love to hear from you. All right. Take care, guys. Later.